Thank you for coming to watch this video at Expanding Consciousness. My name is Chris, and I just want to share a short video of true living, you and kind of what people would call breaking out of the matrix. Um, First of all, I do recommend watching the Matrix and watching it with an open mind to see ways that it uh, truly does speak into your everyday life and how it can kind of demonstrate to you how to break out of it. Right. Of course, part of the story of Neo is realizing that he has everything he needs to do what he deemed impossible, right? And even more than that. But I feel like nowadays the Matrix is, I see it like this caged living of possibly 9 to 5, depending on the system that isn't really built to sustain you the way that you were built to be sustained, right? You're a full being, a being that isn't a slave and isn't enslaved to this um, to a system that's meant to help someone else, right? Something else, a company. Now, I'm not trying to kind of shoot down the idea that these are all in our experiences for reasons, of course. But there comes a time where people that do great things have to break away from the status quo, right? And this is done usually by finding what it is that you truly want. That means going inside and searching every corner of yourself to truly know the parts of you that you already created. And this happens since birth. You're in the belly, you know, already absorbing things and creating things and patterns and ways of seeing things and fears. Uh, but I feel like souls are born into this life uh, with a soul journey, which is the truest journey, more than the bodies. You know, it uses the body to carry out the journey, to experience the journey, the way someone playing a video game has an avatar inside the video game. You know, who's the one that's actually controlling the controller, the avatar? And I feel like that's our soul, you know, our higher selves, you know, connected to God. So you can say God as well, you know. Uh, and the big thing about after, big thing about living a true life and breaking out of the matrix, uh, I feel like has to do with what you accept. So deciding to not accept certain standards, certain beliefs, certain patterns that, for the most part, are passed down uh, from 3D ancestors, right? Parents, family members, grandparents, and there's a lot of good that comes in there because everything that we need, we're like a culmination of all of that at this moment, right? And then if our lineage continues, then they're the culmination of it, including more than what we added, right? So part of me believes that souls do that. They reincarnate within their lineage to continue the work that they started, right? But going back to what I was saying, breaking out of the matrix has to do with what you accept to be true, right? And I had a big experience with self love, and when that came into my experience, it shifted everything. It kind of destroyed everything that was built on, I'm gonna say, lies that I believed to be true, you know. And self love doesn't allow uh, you to be a victim of someone else's story unless it has a purpose, like unless it has a lesson in there, which is what I found to be true for me, and I suspect is the same for everybody else. Um, Once you start kind of shifting out of it and knowing what your self worth is, there's a lot that you can actually break the mold of and then recreate. And I would see a lot of times people that would become maybe content creators, but bring this freedom into their lives. And I would see it from an enslaved place and kind of want that, but at the same time, not know any path to it. And the funny thing was, there is no path to it for you other than your own path. So about 5, 6 years ago, I moved to Texas, and it marked the end of seeking for me. But I didn't realize what that was because I was still seeking. Right, the seeker wanted to stop seeking, so I was seeking to stop seeking. You know, that's the Ouroboros of seeking. I had to kind of let it. God sat me down, and I had to kind of sit in my feminine energy and learn what the power of that, and that is the power of creation. That's what creates other people. It creates worlds. Really, I secretly believe that this entire world is uh, really feminine, and I didn't realize when they said women run the world. I'm only surrounded by women, so part of me wanted to kind of be I want to be a man without truly having examples of what that was directly in my life. So I truly, I feel like I now understand how this women do run the world, and the to me the sad part of it is that there's a lot of women that have been held in this fractured state of believing they're powerless when really they're not, and really, I feel like the union of it, of a powerful feminine and a powerful masculine, is God's essence, is the beauty of it, is the culmination of two halves. Like yin and yang really is a circle instead of breaking it down into two parts, right? Um, Again, push and pull, give and take. It's the balance really that is the most powerful. Uh, but again, being sat down in that feminine part of me and having to experience it and learn it and see the power in it instead of seeing it as weakness, um, I feel like was the missing tool. And it's still happening, right? I'm still learning from it. I don't think I'll ever stop learning from that part of me. Um, but that is the part that was still. And then the doer, the masculine part of me, was the part that effectively did only when it rested, only when it was still. So from stillness came the true action that actually did something instead of take something, you know. Um, so yeah, I also feel like we've been lied to on purpose to have us fractured, so that we would perpetually live in this half-assed state uh, of less than what you truly are and less than what you truly deserve. So again, I've been seeing many people getting out of it. I feel like the general consciousness in the U.S. is, and I'm just assuming, of course, I'm talking mostly about people around me, what I've seen, what I hear, what I see on social media, uh, even in movies and just content being created. It feels like there's a big shift out of that, um, and hopefully I can just add my experiences and give more tools for people to join the two. And it's the same for women, right? Women have both energies in them. Men have both energies in them. I feel like women are powerful doers. Usually they have to get pushed, not usually, but I've seen a lot of strong women coming from impoverished areas. They usually have to get put between a rock and a hard place before the masculine energy really comes out. And then I see the issue of them heavily leaning on that masculine energy within them that ends up becoming toxic, and vice versa. Same thing with men living in their masculine energy, rejecting the feminine energy, and then that becoming toxic, or even the opposite, where the man is heavily in his feminine energy uh, and not enough of the masculine or the duality of both coming together, the union of the duality. So it becoming one experience instead of two, one energy instead of two. Um, your left leg and your right leg, you use them both to walk, but the unison of it all is truly what you are, right? You have two legs, right? Or I'm just speaking generally. But again, uh, just continue to learn from everything that happens to you because it's happening to you for that reason to bring about your expansion and continue expanding. So thank you again for coming to Expanding Consciousness, and bless.